Every time that you get a craving, you just count it. You say, nope. I like to say nope instead of no. It's funny. You say nope, and then you log it and you go, all right, I got 2 down. So every time it's like you're ready and you're waiting for it. It's like you're just sitting there like, all right, come on, craving. Where are you? There you are. Boom, nope. We are getting sober again. All right, welcome back to Getting Sober, again. My name is Jay, and today we're going to talk about how to stay sober on the weekends. And if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to my channel. And at some point, leave a comment, because I like comments. And also, you don't have to talk to me. You can talk to other people in the comment section. You know, if you're tired of talking to me, that's fine. I'll deal with it. So how you doing? Comment below. There's a prompt for you. What are you going to do this weekend? Comment below. How are you planning to stay sober? Comment below. And if anybody has any sensitive things that they want to talk about, as always, you can email me at gettingsoberagain@gmail.com. And if you want to make any donations to this channel, you can make donations to Venmo at Getting Sober Again. So that's that end of announcements. So the big question is, how do we stay sober this weekend? You know, like, what is your plan? You know, I'm curious to hear like what your plan is. Everybody has a different method for how they're going to tackle this weekend. This weekend is a big weekend, isn't it? It's St. Patty's Day weekend. Not only is it just a weekend, but it's St. Patty's Day weekend. And everybody's thinking about, oh my God, it's a major drinking holiday. Everybody keeps thinking about this, the pre-programmed thing that we've always done. Oh yeah, it's just what everybody does. And maybe I don't have to do it. I think if we adopt that mentality, when we adopt that mentality, life becomes a little bit easier, you know, when we start thinking about, when we start observing what habits we have and what repetitive nature we indulge in, whether it be happy hour right after work, or if it's a beer with dinner or a glass of wine with dinner, or if it's a nightcap, you know, a little something before bed, because I can't sleep unless I drink. If you said that, comment below. You know, I've said it. You know, I didn't really believe it. I just thought that I would sleep better. And yeah, it's easy to get to sleep when, you know, you've drained yourself, when you've poisoned yourself enough to get to bed. But as we all know, you don't get good quality REM sleep when you drink. Also, too, another thing that knocks you out of, or keeps you from getting deep, restful REM sleep, is smoking marijuana. If you didn't know that, now you know. So what are we gonna do this weekend? Here, I'll come up with some suggestions. I mean, this is just a loose guide. Some things that I do. It's not really a big deal for me at this point. You might be asking, maybe you're new to the channel. You might be saying like, well, how long have you been sober? I've been sober for a little over 4 months. And you might say, well, that's not really a big deal. But it is, though. And regardless of where you are on your journey, whether you're 4 hours sober and you're finally taking the courage to tackle sobriety at any length beyond 4 hours, hats off to you. And it takes a certain amount of bravery to make that decision, to actually make some sort of change within you and your environment and your habits that's going to be beneficial not only to you, but the people around you. Maybe it's coworkers, maybe it's your friends, maybe it's your family, maybe it's a loved one, maybe it's your kids, you know? And this goal of being sober is something that's bigger than all of us, right? We all know that this particular drug, alcohol, has a certain amount of control over our lives, and we want some of that control back. You know, maybe we want to try to turn back time and get some of our youthful energy back, or get some of our youthful looks back. Maybe we just want to stop the cash flow. That might be a big reason for you. You know, maybe we're spending a lot of money. You know, how much money were you spending at your worst moments on alcohol? Comment below. I determined that the Quitzilla app, I forgot, I haven't mentioned that in a while. The comment for the link for the link for both the Android and the Apple version of the Quitzilla app, which I'm not associated with, is down below. Along with other resources for other sober coaches and articles and things like that I found helpful, and all the tools that I use to keep this channel going. And I think my email and my Venmo. So all that information is down there. But with the Quitzilla app, one thing that I found tremendously helpful and inspiring me to get sober and stay sober was how much money I was wasting every day. And then on a weekly basis, it adds up, of course, right? And on a monthly basis, it adds up. But so quick math, I was spending like roughly $20 a day on alcohol, and times 4 months, that's 120 days. So 120 times $20 is what, $2,800 that I wouldn't have wasted. And you would say like, that's kind of a lot. You spent $20 a day on booze. Well, it might not have been just on booze, but some days I was buying a bottle and that would last me, at the house, or I'd buy a box of wine. But I would also I'd go to the bar and I'd drink and I'd have shots and I'd have beer and I'd buy some shots and beers for my friends. And then, and it all added up, but it wasn't just that too. It was like the additional cost of things that I was buying, like, oh, well, now I need to sober up. So now I need to grab some food, or I needed to get whatever I need to get to sober up so I can get home, right? Or so I can keep the party going. So there was also that. So I kept the total of all that, and on average, I determined it was about $20 a day, right? So it's an expensive habit. So whether it's your health, whether you want to get back your youthful looks, whether or not you want to save money, whether or not you just want to have a better relationship with your friends, your family, if you have kids, or maybe you have nieces and nephews, or little cousins, whatever it is. All those things apply to all of us, right? We all want better for ourselves and for the people in our lives. And you may have come to, if you're watching this channel, if you're at this point in your life, you probably believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but you probably believe that you are worth having a better life and you want a greater sense of happiness. And you probably are at a certain level of desperation and a certain level of depression. And you probably wake up every day with a certain amount of anxiety. And I'm here to tell you that those three things go away. Those three things they'll definitely lower. I can't say that they'll always go away, because your boss yelling at you, anxiety, stress, all those things are going to happen, right? Getting into an argument with your spouse is going to be anxiety and stress. If you're living with somebody, if you're cohabitating with a partner and you're deciding to get sober, but they're not getting sober, and they're not respecting your boundaries, and they're not respecting your decisions for yourself, that's going to be stressful also. And then so you might start thinking like, well, I don't know, I just feel like I'm stuck. Well, you're not stuck, because I'm here with you, right? The people down in the comment section are here with you also. And, I'm speaking from the perspective, if you don't know much about me, like I've never been to AA. I've never been to any support groups, but I spent close to 2 decades of my life using that crutch of alcohol to get through almost every situation, to get through my day. I would sometimes have a break. I would just go off and have drinks for lunch. And then I would just go off to just keep drinking until it was time for happy hour. And on some days, it wasn't every day, but sometimes I would drink at lunch, and then I would drink at happy hour, and I would just keep drinking all night until I couldn't drink anymore. I need a little something else to pick me up. Some days were like that. Some days I was just drinking by myself in the house, So everybody has a different journey, and I respect everybody's journey, and I respect, where you may be from. You may be watching this from afar. You may be watching this from the Hollywood Hills, not commenting below, because, your job and your reputation depend on, you and your performance, and you definitely don't want that information to get out. Or you might be from a small town and you also don't want that information to get out, but it's something that we all have in common, is that we all are addicted to something, and we all know that the alcohol and addiction has some form of control over our life, and we want some of that control back. We want some of our life back. So let's get to the topic for the weekend, shall we? How do we stay sober on the weekend? So I've made previous videos where I talked about loading up your schedule. I know that some of you are watching this video, and this is probably your first weekend sober in a while, and this is a big one to get sober. You know, you're going to see all of your friends posting on Instagram. I'm sure you probably already been on your Facebook feed, your IG, your Snapchat, whatever, your TikTok, and people are talking about their cabbage and their corned beef and their potatoes and their beer and their Guinness and all that stuff and their Irish whiskey. And, you know, I've been there too. Like I've done all of those things. But that's St. Patty's Day is a day that I consider to be amateur hour, right? Along with like, I'm really not like, I'm very anti St. Patty's Day. I'm very anti New Year's Eve. I'm very anti all of the traditional holidays where it's like, you know, what we're going to do is we are going to drink and we're going to party. I'm just like, that's kind of basic because I can just drink and party on Tuesday, but I'm not doing that anymore. Right. And, you know, with a big holiday like this, we're going to get that FOMO. We're going to get that fear of missing out. We're going to see the feed. We're going to see what people are planning on doing. But does that mean that we have to drink? No. I feel like this is a really, really good weekend with the spring equinox coming up. We're going to be setting our clocks back and getting setting them forward, spring forward, sorry. And we're going to be getting an extra hour of sunlight, right? We're going to have more productivity. This is a great time to be doing some spring cleaning. It's a great time to be cleaning out the closets, converting your garage from winter time to springtime. I already did that last week. I replaced the snow blower with the lawnmower, right? And airing out the house, dusting things off, mopping, sweeping, all that stuff. So like staying busy. Staying busy is definitely going to help you. So my first suggestion is to stay busy. Keep whatever's on your to-do list. This is also like tax season. Like I did my business taxes this morning and I forgot to take them to the post office. So as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to go. I probably won't. I'll probably forget. But I had to do my business taxes. But I still got to do my personal taxes, right? So if you are a lazy American like me, you might not have done your taxes yet. So really start scratching off that to-do list. You know, all the things that you've been neglecting, all those things that you said, I'll do it tomorrow. How about all those things? How about that? I'm sure that list is pretty big, right? Whether it be, it's like, I'm gonna get a haircut. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll tend to the yard. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it when the weather is better. Or I'll sign up for a gym eventually. How about today? How about instead of, you know, thinking about happy hour and starting your weekend off with you're not your best foot forward. Why don't you, here's a suggestion. You don't have to do it, but it's a suggestion. After you leave work, drive over to the gym. Drive over to your local gym, grab a gym membership if you don't have one. How about that? How about start planning out what you're going to do this weekend. You're going to clean out the garage. You're going to clean out the shed. You're going to clear out the yard. You're going to clean out your car. All the tedious things that you've just been putting off because alcohol was a seemingly much better choice. Something that was going to be quick and easy. That easy button in life that we love slapping. That easy button that just says, shh, nah, we don't need to clear out the car. We'll do it tomorrow. Or that's what alcohol does to us. Alcohol whispers to us and just like, shh, why don't let's just go see our friends. I'll do the talking. And then we'll see if we feel like clearing out the garage. How about that? We'll see. Maybe we'll want to do it. Maybe we won't. I don't know. Maybe we'll strike up a good conversation. We'll feel so good about that conversation, the socializing that day, we won't even care. Looking for those trade-offs, right? So going into the weekends, going into the week, the same principles apply. Like what do you do? My main suggestion, again, staying busy. If you need to take a nap, like self-care is important. Like especially if you're on day 1, 2, 3, day 7, if you're still in that week or two, you've done, like in my case, 2 decades of drinking. Realistically, how much healing do you think that my body needed? Comment below. After 2 decades of drinking, I'm sure it needed a lot and it still needs healing. Like I have issues with my pancreas right now. I'm still working on trying to heal that. And I might have to go on replacement therapy, right? So if you need a nap, take a nap. I like to think of it as time traveling, right? So if you need to sleep in a little bit more in the morning because you're just like, oh boy, I feel a little bit anxiety. That long hair guy on that I don't drink channel or whatever it's called. I don't drink again. I forgot what it's called. That guy said I got to clear out my garage. I don't know if I want to clear out my garage right now. My car is a mess. Sleep in a little bit. Relax. Okay. Step 1, chill out. Step 2, get busy. And then clear your mind. Clear your body, clear your soul. Think about what your priorities are. We know that our priority is falling back on, we don't want to drink anymore, okay? And we have to keep ourselves preoccupied And we have to really think about self-care. If we have to sleep in a little bit more, sleep in a little bit more. If you have to take a nap, take a nap. Guess what my record for naps was? In the first month of sobriety, I took 3 naps one day. One day. And then I still slept that night. I still slept like 8 or 9 or 10 hours because it was just like, I just can't deal with it right now. It's just too much. I don't get the cravings. There's too many cravings. How about I just go unconscious? How about in a healthy way? And I'm sure my body needed it, right? You know, I'm sure your body needs it too. Like, how much were you drinking? Comment below. So getting that health or getting that rest that we need, taking care of our health, maybe stocking up on some vitamins. I'll give you a quick list of some vitamins that I take. You don't have to take them. These are just ones that I take that I've collectively come up with from watching doctors like Dr. Berg. I'll just mention him right off the top of my head. And he's been a very valuable resource. If I remember, I'll put a link below to his channel. He's a holistic doctor, but has a lot of really short videos and long videos about your health and how to improve your health with great suggestions along with exercise and eating, your nutrition, and then your vitamins, minerals, nutrients, and breaking down what they all do. So my quick recommendation of things just to start getting your body back on the right track is a good solid multivitamin, something that's going to be, you know, a little bit more bioavailable to, I was always a big fan of organic liquid vitamins. So if you want to get the best quality vitamins, I'm not saying that they have them, but Whole Foods is a really good suggestion. They're going to have a lot of organic options for you compared to most other grocery stores. If you happen to live in an area that has a fresh thyme, THYME, like the seasoning, they have a lot of really good organic multivitamins and supplements and all that good stuff. And their employees are also really helpful as well. So stocking up on your multivitamins, that's a big one. I like to do vitamin C separately, a vitamin D separately, and I get my vitamin D in liquid form at Whole Foods. Like, it's 900 servings for only $15 or something like that. Let's see, what else? I take dandelion root. That's really great for cleansing your body, your liver, kidneys, all that good stuff, and helps fight against a lot of cancers. And let's see, I wish I would have thought to write all these things down before I made this episode, but I'll put more information down below because I can't remember everything off the top of my head. I take a bunch of supplements. I take zinc and I take magnesium, I take calcium, but a really, 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 really big one in my opinion is fish oil. Fish oil is phenomenal. I always feel really good. I'll take one in the morning and I'll take one at night. And it's really good for your brain, your cognitive function, especially for those of you that are still in the brain fog mode, right? You probably did a little bit of brain damage. It's really good for your heart too. And some of you probably have high blood pressure. I know I did when I quit drinking. If you remember from my 20 amazing things, was it 30 amazing? 20 amazing things that happen when you quit drinking alcohol for 30 days. The first thing I talked about was my blood pressure, how right after, the morning of, I think I quit drinking, I had to go to the doctor and I got my blood pressure taken. And I am in my late 30s, I'm in my upper 30s, and my blood pressure was something like 160/90. That's ridiculous. That's never been that high. And then after I quit drinking, for just 30 days, my blood pressure went from 160/90 to 120/70. So that was a dramatic improvement. And fish oil really helps with that. And again, I'm not a physician, I'm not a doctor. There's not medical advice. Always consult your physician, blah, 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 the butterflies and happy people frolicking, all that good stuff. So, but those are just some of my suggestions for what I take. And maybe that's something that you do after listening to this video. You're just like, you know what? Screw happy hour. I'm gonna go to the holistic section over at Whole Foods. Their employees are pretty knowledgeable. There's always usually the same person that works over there in the holistic area, and they'll help you out and help you grab some vitamins and minerals and nutrients, getting your protein. Also to it's a really good idea to replace your probiotics. And is all of this stuff going to be expensive? Yeah. But you know what else is expensive? Drinking every day. It's ridiculously expensive. So when you start looking at the price tags of this stuff, and you're going to see like, oh my God, probiotics, one little bottle is $45. Yeah, okay. how much did you spend on a bottle of liquor? So relax. Like really, so start to realign your perspective on some of these things. And that's what it's going to take, is realigning your perspective on thinking about like, well, what did I always do on St. Patty's Day? Get hammered at 9 o'clock in the morning, kegs and eggs and all that garbage. Like, it's ridiculous. So how about this St. Patty's Day? We're going to make a great decision. We're going to make healthier decisions. We're going to make better decisions instead of worse decisions. We're going to make healthy decisions. We're going to nap if we need to nap. We're going to not see some of our friends. It's one day. It's one day. It's not going to make your whole life if you miss a St. Patty's Day. All right. Make better decisions instead of worse decisions. Stack your schedule up so that you have activities planned. It's one after another. If one activity tires you out, what are you going to do? Take a nap. If you have to go back to that activity, you have to go start, you're doing your taxes again. I know as soon as I even think about doing taxes, I'm grabbing for my coffee cup already. And then I take a nap. You ever get so stressed out that you need to take a stress nap before you even do anything? Yeah, me too. Comment below. But so we're gonna keep busy. We're gonna make some, maybe we're gonna go over to the gym, get a gym membership. I know LA Fitness right now, which is being rebranded, I think, as Sporta. They just sent me in my inbox this afternoon, like 2 hours ago, that they're doing single club memberships for just $10, or you can get all their clubs for like $20. Now, depending on where you live, you might not have LA Fitness, but they're a big gym a big gym chain nationwide. But Planet Fitness also too. I have a membership to Planet Fitness. They're only $10 a month, or for all the clubs, it's $20 a month. So you can go. You could also bring a friend with you. For those of you that are couples that are watching this channel, you can get one membership, and then you could bring your significant other or a friend or whoever with you every single time that you visit, and they just have to sign in and to say like, hey, this is who I am, this is my email address. That's it. They're not going to give you a club tour like those old Bally Fitnesses did back in the day and try to like rope you in with the initiation fee and all these other member fees and all this other garbage. So don't worry about that. But getting back to some of your hobbies, some of the things that you haven't been doing because you've been drinking too much, some of the things that you didn't believe that were going to bring you joy anymore, some of the things you kind of lost touch with. Maybe some like who have you forgotten about? Who have you not contacted during COVID or during, maybe you're watching this way after COVID, but who haven't you talked to recently? Maybe you reach out to them, send a text message, give them a phone call. It's really good to check up on people, and it's a really good habit to start getting into if you're somebody like me who hasn't been really active in checking up on people and all that stuff. This is a good exercise for me. So just like how this is a good exercise for me, and you might be like, well, I'm a social person, I care about my friends and my family. That's new to me. And just like with you being sober, it's new to you. It's an exercise. It's a muscle that we need to exercise, right? And the sooner we can get these training wheels off, the better that life becomes. I think about the training wheel analogy. I think about like when I was a kid, when I was like 5 years old and I got my first bike and the training wheels were on it. And I was just like, no, I'm good. I don't need to I ride fine. I ride fine with the training wheels on. I don't see it stays up. Also too, it's like, it won't fall over. So it's like, it won't get scratched, right, Mom? And so we'll just keep them on. And then, when you get the training wheels off, you're just like, oh yeah, this is so much better. I can ride so much more. I can ride faster. And I can go to more places, and I can jump over stuff, and I can do wheelies and whatever else. And you have so much more freedom, And when we get rid of that training wheel, when we get rid of that crutch of the alcohol, life has so much more to offer. And that's what we're going to do this weekend. Also, one other strategy I wanted to mention too is a little thing I invented called the 100 No Challenge. So the idea is you download a counter, which I'll put a link to a counter below. They're free. Just go to your app store and download a counter. It's literally an app that you press like the plus sign and it counts. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. The 100 No Challenge is every time that you get a craving, or even you get the thought of drinking alcohol in your head, or whatever, smoking pot or whatever you do. Every time that you get a craving, you just count it. You say nope. I like to say nope instead of no. It's funny. You say nope, and then you log it, and you go, all right, I got 2 down. So every time it's like you're ready and you're waiting for it. It's like you're just sitting there, like, all right, come on, craving, where are you? There you are. Boom, nope. All right, log that one. So when you get 100 of those down, you'll be so far removed from the initial set of cravings, the first day that you had 10 or 20 or 30 or whatever. And if that's what it's going to take to get you through a weekend, especially like a St. Patty's Day weekend, I bet you're going to say no 100 times. And that's what it's gonna take to get you sober and to help you stay sober. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you in the comment section to hear what your strategy is. What are you gonna do to retool your environments? If you got booze in the house, we're probably gonna get the booze out of the house, right? Make a nice little charitable donation to your friends. Maybe you owe somebody who's like, hey, I was just saying, I got you, I know there's only 5 of these beers, but I got you 5 beers. I got you a half a box of wine. Get it out of the house. Make better and healthier decisions this weekend, and you will be on your road to recovery, and you'll have a recipe for success that you can count on. And not only can you count on, but you'll be able to share with others. So good luck on your journey, and I look forward to hearing from you in the comments section, and I will see you in the next video.